Hey friends, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to talk about form 5532E, which is also called relationship information and sponsorship evaluation form. So this is a PDF form, this is not a digital form, where it has three sections, A, B and C. I'm going to cover A section first in this video, then we're going to cover section B and section C in further videos. Without further ado, if you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I am Guri, channel name is UV and Canada. Without wasting your time, let's start the video. As you can see, I have already logged into my permanent resident application. So we'll go to view my permanent resident application, then go to test application because one application has already been submitted. Then scroll down to this page and go to IMM 532, which is a PDF form, so we need to download this. Click on this button, download. So go into the download folder, you will see I will open this form in Adobe Reader. This is 5532 form. Okay, so this is the PDF form. It has total 3 sections, part A and part B, then part C. So I'm going to cover part A in this video, then we're gonna cover further videos, part 4, part 2 and part 3. So this is a relationship information and sponsorship evaluation form. So in this form we need to mention our relationship between spouse and the principal applicant, so we need to give all the required information whatever they have asked. So first we will start with the sponsor information. Sponsor's first name, family name. So I'm the sponsor, my family name is Singh and my given name is Gurcharan. My date of birth is, I'm just adding some random date of birth. Client ID. So if you are a principal applicant, so if you are a sponsor and you have permanent resident status, then you must have a COPR, confirmation of permanent resident application, which is a form when you got your PR, then they send you a COPR. So on your COPR there must be a client ID, which is also called a UCI. So you need to mention your client ID here. You can find your client ID from your COPR documents. I have just added some random number. In the second field we have personal information about spouse or partner being sponsored, which is principal applicant. In our case, principal applicant is my wife, so I'm going to add my wife's last name, my wife's first name, then her date of birth, then client ID. Because we have not submitted her application, so she doesn't have any client ID, so we gonna leave it empty. So this is a part 1, sponsorship evaluation and information about the sponsor to be filled out by the sponsor. Okay, I'm the sponsor, I'm going to fill my information in these further sections. So here are some instructions that we should consider. Starting with your current employer, if applicable, give the details of all employers you have worked for over past 5 years. Make sure there are no gaps. If you were unemployed, explain how you supported yourself. If you were self-employed, write the name of your business and date it was established. Use the gross amount for your monthly salary or income. Alright, so right from this beginning I have to add my current employer, then we need to go further. So let's say we are in year 2022 and month is December. Okay, so let's say I'm working with this company from past 2 year. Month November. Why it is not expecting? Alright, so if you enter like this is the year, then hyphen, then 1. So I am trying to enter 11 as November month that I have started working with this company, but it is not accepting the input value, so we need to remove those hyphen. So you cannot enter hyphen sign manually, so the PDF form will automatically add the hyphen sign. Just add the year, then add the month, then go to next field. You will see it has added hyphen sign automatically. So this was the starting date of my current employer. Then I'm going to add my current year from. So this is the company where I have started working in the year 2020, and still I'm working with this company. So I'm going to add my company name here, ABC company name, complete address Vancouver, Georgia Street, and V3W2Y8. This is the complete address of the company. Occupation, I'm a web developer here. Monthly gross salary, you can enter whatever, like I'm adding 6,000 per month. Alright, so my previous job after that year 2020 11, which is November 9, which is the month November. So I have to add here year 2020 month 10th. Then so let's say I worked with GNC technical software. Alright, so in this company I started working with year 2020 month 1. So here I was also working as a web developer. Alright, my salary was 4,000. So you just need to make sure that there is no gap. If you see, I started working in GNC technical software on January 2020, and I have worked with this company up to October 2020. Alright, then we need to add information. After October I have to add information from my November. Okay, then this is the current date where I am still working. Let's see, in the year 2019 to 12 December, 2019 to 7 July, I was unemployed. Alright, unemployed. So in this case, if you are employed or unemployed, then you need to add zero income here, and you also need to mention what were the sources from which you have spotted in that particular time. So if you find any section like So you see, here we need to add the information that how we have supported ourselves during this unemployed time. So I'm going to add, I had my funds from savings, which, like, we can add 12,000 Canadian dollars in my account. Alright, then we need to give the 5 years information. So we have covered 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, so we need to add 2 more years. So year 2019, 06, year 2017, 04. Alright, so I was working with DJ Mantra Labs, Ludhiana, software engineer. I was getting salary in Indian rupees, so I have to convert that salary into Canadian dollars. Then I need to enter here. So let's say I was earning $2,000. Alright, so if you go to the time and date of my past 5 years employment, I started working in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Alright, so we have covered approximate 6 years of my past employment. So this symmetry should be there. Started in the month April, then 2019, then finished in the month June, then again started in the month of July, finished the job in the month of December, then started the job in the month of January, then finished it in the month of October, then again started another job in the month of November, then still I am working with this company. So, and one thing that I faced in this section was when I was filling my application, because I had multiple jobs during my past 5 years, and I was also unemployed during the COVID 3 months. So these five rows of the table were not sufficient, so I need to add more information about my employment. So what I did was I made a Word document. I added similar table in a Word document, and added more detail about my previous 5 years employment, either it's employment, or I was unemployed. So I added all the information in a separate Word document, and then print it out, then attached that document with this PDF, then uploaded it. So, and in my LOE, which is letter of explanation, I have also mentioned that I am attaching this particular document because form IMM 553-2E had insufficient fields for myself to enter all the 5 years employment information in section E. So this is how I dealt with this problem while entering my 5 years employment. So if you face this kind of issue, you can add one separate document. Make sure you copy the entire table, and these headings should be similar to this, and these headings should match to this table, and then you can add whatever the information you require. So second part is other sponsorship. Have you sponsored in the past, or you currently sponsoring any other members of your family in a different application? if you are sponsoring any other application, if you are sponsoring any other member apart from your spouse, you need to go click on the yes button. And if you have already sponsored by other person, then you also need to click on yes, otherwise you will click on no, then state go to question 3. And if you click on yes, then you need to enter the detail of that member whom you are sponsoring. So we are going to move to section question number 3, other financially dependent people. Give details of any other person who is financially dependent on you, whether they are living with you or not, and who is not already listed in the tables above. Include previous spouses or partners and any children from the past relationship. Alright. So other financially dependent people. So other financially dependent people are I can say my parents are financially dependent on me, but I'm not sponsoring them, so we gonna leave this section empty because because they are living in India and they are fully financially dependent on their own self. So they are not financially dependent on me, or so in that case we can leave this question empty. Level of education. So level of education of this sponsor, which is me, elementary to primary school, which is 8 years. So first class to 8 standard, it should be 8 years. Then from class 8 to 12, it should be 4 years. 8 plus 4, 12 years. Then college, 3 years. Then I did masters of 2 years. So total 12, then 15 to 17 years. List all addresses where you have lived in the past 5 years. So currently I'm living in Canada. I'm going to enter my current address. I'm living on the same address from this. I'm going to enter, this is my house number, 79 Avenue, Surrey, BC. Or you can leave it empty because we have these columns to add city name, province, BC, zip code, V3W2Y8, country, Canada. And then before that I was living in India, so I'm going to enter my finish date and my 2000. I was living there from 2000. Okay. So city, Ludhiana, Punjab, okay. So if you see, I have there is no gap between my past 5 years residence. I started living there on this address in the year 2000 from January, then up to I lived there up to 2019 month 12th, which is December. Then I moved to Canada in the month of January, and still I am living on the same address. So there is no confusion. Then we need to go to question number 6, residence in Canada. Do you live in Canada? Yes. Go to question number 7. If no, when did you last live in Canada? When did you plan to return to Canada to resume residence. Where do you plan to live when you return to Canada? Okay, so do you live in Canada now? Yes. We are going to move to question number 7, which is previous relationship. Have you ever been married or common law relationship with another person? You have been in a common law relationship if you previously lived together with a partner in a committed or marriage like relationship for a period of 1 year or more. So if you have any other relationship, you must mention their information by clicking on yes button. In our case this is no, so we are going to move to next section. So this is the consent to disclose 8 question. If there is an investigation into marriage fraud about you, do you consent to immigration, refugee and citizenship Canada and Canada Border Service Agency releasing the result of to your spouse or partner? Yes, my consent will stay valid until I revoke consent. Alright, 9th is declaration of sponsor. I declare this information I have given is truthful, complete and correct. Write today's date here, which is 12 and 11. Alright, so we need to sign here sponsor signature. I'm the sponsor. I'm going to sign here by printing it out, scan it, sign it first. So the sponsor need to sign this form by taking a print out of it, sign this form with a blue pen, then scan it, then you can upload it. For the support of the channel, please hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment, and we will see you in the next one.